Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you. It is Christmas Eve. Greetings, darling. I am going to be here doing a very short, you know what? My intention is short. Let's see how we do. So, oh my God. First, let me say this. I do these videos and I never feel like they're good. I like better than good, but there is just a story to tell. You have a story to tell. People need to know. Your people need to know who you are, what you have, how, they need to know it clearly without a shadow of a doubt. They need to be like, yes, her, she knows, she got it, she's the solution. And so I have a team, I have a video team ready for myself who will be helping me put together a whole, and I cannot wait to bring it to you guys. If this year has kicked your ass, if your genius has kicked your ass, wow, I got so much energy coming toward me right now. Hi, I see, is it Remy? I see Shevani. Yes, you guys are welcome. I'm like, so this is what's going on. It's going to take very specific things listen. I think a lot of what I'm getting ready to say is going to be preaching to the choir because you've already had your ass whooped this year. Your genius has whooped your ass. You have been grabbed by the throat and dragged through the mud. You've made mistakes. You have done things that you wished you wouldn't have done. You have wanted things that you weren't able to manifest. You already know that you're this is not a maybe, kind of, sort of. You already know you got it. You already know you're powerful. Now the people need to know. Your people need to know. They need to know it clearly. And so what's happening is next month, so I'm getting ready to go into the 3 things for sustained money, because if you have been in this game of transformation and you've been a business owner in the business of transformation for a while, and if you link up with somebody powerful who can show you what to do long enough, you can easily do 6 figures. Everybody done that shit, right? And if you've been following me, you probably have already done it. Most people don't stay there. They have testimonials, they come on and they share and they have done it, but anybody can do it if they link up with the right coach. They do what the coach tells them to do. They're consistent and they stay in the game. Everybody has done that, okay? The 6 figures. What about not only keeping it, but getting to 7 figures and keeping 7 figures plus 7 figures plus? So I'm going to share with you the 3 ways for you to do that. And then you coming to Italy next month and shooting your own montage of videos where you are telling your story powerfully. I'm going to be there to help you do this. This Facebook Live is great. It's wonderful. It's the next best thing. It's what I'm telling you, you must do it. You must do it consistently and you must do it powerfully. You don't just get on here and talk. There's a strategy to Facebook Live. There's a strategy to collaborative Facebook Lives. And I can show you how to do all that. What I am here for, 2020, you already know you cannot play with this anymore. And there's a place for play. That's the what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. You are going to lose come April, May, June of next year if you don't make the decision to get on the other side of resistance. The main thing that's going to kill you as a master in 2020 is if you don't aggressively get on the other side of resistance, because your shame, your shadow, the patterns that run your mind are going to destroy you by June of next year or sooner if you don't aggressively get on the other side of them. You already know this because you've already experienced this probably for the last several years. And as soon as you start getting closer to the thing that you really want, when you start getting closer to securing your first 5-figure client, when you start getting closer to showing up on video unapologetically, honestly, when you start getting closer to publishing, writing the thing that you really want to say, the person you really want to be, the kind of money you really want to have, the life you really want to have, all of your resistance is going to take you out if you don't aggressively get on the other side of it. So that's number one of the 3 things that you're going to have to do in 2020 is persistently and relentlessly get on the other side of your resistance. That's number 1. Write that down. Burn that into your body, your consciousness, and your brain right now. You are going to have to aggressively, strongly, relentlessly, consistently get on the other side of resistance. That's number 1. Number 2, you are going to have to do intensive amounts of shadow work. This is not an option. This is not a side dish. This is the main meal. This is the course. Okay? Your shadow self is what shows up in the middle of the night. It's the thing that convinces you that now is not the time. It's the thing that convinces you that the 50 mistakes that you just made in the last 20 years are the reason why you're not qualified. Your shadow self is the part of you that was genius at 3 years old and somebody told you you were not a genius. Your shadow self holds your sexual power. It holds your consciousness power. It holds your God self and every other medicinal elixir that's going to make you 7-figure magnetic consistently in 2020 and beyond. So number 2 of the 3 things that masters must do in 2020, and this is not negotiable, and you're going to hear every person who you admire, who you are going to watch in 2020 is going to be saying something similar to what it is that I'm saying. Most of them do not have the capacity and the skill to actually walk with you through it. You must engage in shadow alchemy. Everything that you're ashamed of, everything that has you pace your house when you start to think about publishing that thing on the internet, everything that has you suddenly get hungry and need to do the dishes and need to do 7 other things before you go do the video. All of that is going to have to be aggressively attacked in 2020 if you are going to reach 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, 7 figures, because you are going to need to be able to be on a phone with people and collect a credit card with a price tag. $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. Most people, when you're new, because you can do this once you get more seasoned. When I say seasoned, I mean you have done, collected, 10, 15 clients who have paid you 5 figures. Once you have done that, you can start collecting payments through a messenger without having to get on the phone in like a much more graceful way because you've cultivated the skill. When you are on your way to that, you are going to have to be on the phone with people. And every part of you that rests in your shadow, that has any kind of shame around money, around your pussy, around receiving, around your value, around your voice, around your self-image, the way you identify yourself, the way you look at yourself behind closed doors, all of that is going to aggressively come up and take you out if you don't aggressively get on the other side of it, as I told you in number 1. So number 1, you got to aggressively get on the other side of resistance. You must. Number 2, you must intensively do shadow work. That is what I teach you to do. That's what I'm going to be teaching you how to do when you come to Italy next week. If you say yes to the offer that I'm going to make here in just a moment for one person. The offer that I'm going to make in just a moment is for one person and one person only. So that's number 2. Number 3. And there's actually more than 3, but I'm not going to get into all that right now because it takes time. Number 3. Okay, I'm going to put many into 3. 1, you got to play the long game. 2, inside of the 3, right? So look at it as a bonus. Also, you must look at money. You must look at your relationship with money. You must aggressively do wealth consciousness work. I did not get to 7 figures because I did a bunch of Facebook lives and I was consistent. You can consistently do the wrong thing and not make money. It's not just doing Facebook lives and being consistent and being nice and being powerful. It's not even just like saying powerful things. You have to make money a priority in your service. Because if you are serving and you are financially struggling, you are not serving. So inside of number 3, you must play the long game. I'm here to serve those who are playing the long game. You must look at your relationship with money. You must. All of this I'm going to help you do. Darling, I can count on one hand the number of Black transformational leaders that I know who can work with you in the realm of shadow alchemy, pussy power, and money, wealth consciousness. one hand, go find one and bring them to me. Pussy power, wealth consciousness, shadow alchemy, the true genius supremacy required for you to come out into the marketplace and fucking kill it in a healthy, happy way. Where you are spending 6 months in Hawaii if you want to, where you are, giving money to your parents if you want to, where you are saving in the way that you want to, where you are homeschooling your kids if that's a desire, where you are able to do these things for real. Where people can see you, feel you. If you even want to do that, I'm not even saying that's what you need to do, but it's a byproduct. When you start living, really living, people feel it. When you start really increasing your capacity to have and having. I know this witch who I love, her name is Carolyn Elliott, and she says, having is evidence of wanting. Having is evidence of wanting. When you have done the work and you have your genuine desires, all of us will see it. Obviously, if you choose to show us, we will see it and we will know that you are doing the work, that you have done the work, that you have the space and the capacity to receive. You are not going to get to 6 figures by accident because you just show up for 6 months and do, not today. You could have did that like 5 years ago. You could have done that. I've been in this industry since 2011. A lot has changed in the last 2 years. And even I have really come to know what has happened, like really paying attention over the last, I'll say 4 or 5 months. A lot has changed. Today, with all the noise on the internet, with the 10th, my social media feeds are filled with coaches, leaders, speakers, authors, transformational this, healers, shamans, witches, mystics. My feeds everywhere are saturated. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, filled with them. How are you going to stand out? Why is somebody going to choose you? How do you demonstrate the fact that you are the only choice for your unique people? This is how you do it. You tell it in your story, and you don't just get on a Facebook Live like all the other people who are getting on Facebook Lives, doing their best to tell their story, who are going to show up in January with New Year's resolutions, with, riding the wave of the 2020 new energy, and who by March are going to be half-assed and have mainly given up. How are you going to stand out? You gorgeously and aggressively get on the other side of resistance with your money, your actions, your body, and your decision making. And here's the way I'm going to support you in doing that. You are going to get on a plane because you're going to make the decision. The right person who this is for, you are going to make a decision to actually act on the 3 things that I've said. Number 1, aggressively get on the other side of your shadow, your resistance, your shame, that invisible barrier that seems to block you from going to the next level. Aggressively getting on the other side of that by hopping on a plane and coming to Italy, where there's a video team, a photography team, a hair and makeup team that I have selected who's going to gorgeously help you tell your story. Powerfully tell your story. Before we do that, though, you and I are going to work together. But what is the thing that you want to say? What is the thing that has stopped you? What is the thing that your people need to know that you are their only choice? There's no batting of the eye of like, I know what you have to offer is important and I know that it's valuable, but I just can't afford it. Now is just not the time. Maybe in 3 months when I save the money or when the kids, are away, or after I get my kitchen remodeled. No. Those kind of conversations happen to you when you are not in power, when you are still unclear and like, yeah, that's when those kind of people come at you and even say those things to you. You know what you want to do to have it where those kind of people don't even show up in your field. Like you don't even allow yourself to get on a phone or engage in a conversation with those kind of people. You aggressively get on the other side of resistance and you embody this power, which is what we're going to be doing even before you come to Italy, while you're in Italy, before we start recording your video with the team. Is really aggressively getting into this work, which you'll already be in the stream of winning because you getting on a plane and coming to Italy is already informing your body, your consciousness, and the universe that you ain't fucking around. Okay? So you're going to come and we're going to aggressively look at these things. I'm telling you, you are going to win by doing this. You are going to win. Just imagine. We're going to create not just one video, we're going to create several videos where you have different looks, where you get a chance to shoot, tell a story, see what more needs to be said, because we're going to do an outline, but once you start speaking on camera, new stuff starts to come up. So you're going to have the space for the new to come up, because then you're going to feel more courageous after that video. And then you're going to feel more courageous and more bold. And the thing that you so want to say, like the thing that you were probably saying at 5 years old already, the thing that you've been trying to say, the thing that you get at the computer and you say it, and maybe you already said it, but you haven't unleashed it to the world yet. And you want to unleash it in a way where people pay attention because it's appealing, because it's gorgeous. Because you're not just showing up forcefully on a Facebook Live. You are intentionally, strategically, aggressively getting on the other side of resistance and having your story be told on purpose in a beautiful way by coming to Italy in the center of Milan, Italy, the center of the fashion capital, where the Duomo, where just so much historical context is present for you to draw from and drink from and bring that to your video as it imbues and inspires and moves you, and say the thing that you want to say about who it is that you are, what it is that you know, what wisdom it is that you have to impart, how it is you can serve your people, and why you are their only choice. What makes you the specific, there's a word here, exclusive choice. What makes you that choice? They're going to know it in your story. They're going to know it in the way you move in this video, the way you speak in this video, and you're not going to be alone. I'm going to be there watching you, supporting you. The team will be instructed on what we're doing. I've already spoken to the team. They already know. We have a choice of either January 21st, 22nd, or 23rd. You get to choose one of those days. And you're going to come on a plane. You can even bring your partner, your friend, whoever you want to bring for their support. They're not going to be on camera, but they can come to support you if you want that additional support. And you're going to get a chance to sit. You're going to get a chance to walk and look at the camera, really look at your people who are going to be watching this, and say what it is that you need to say. Say it unapologetically. Say it clearly. Say it consistently. And see what the thing, like you're going to learn so much about yourself doing this. You're going to learn so much. So a minimum of 3 videos. We may do more. We'll look at it as we start to outline what it is that you offer, the price things that you want to put. You're like, I'm not a branding expert, but we're going to look at who it is that you are that represents your brand naturally without trying to construct a brand, okay? And infusing that into the videos that we're going to create, right? So we're going to outline all this. You don't have to like try to figure everything out. Like, you don't need to figure out none of that. Your first job right here, right now, is to say yes. That's your job right here, right now. Say yes. Send me an inbox here on Facebook and let me know, Naima, I want one of these places. So what else do you need to know? So those are one of the dates. I also want you to know that, so this is because of their schedule, the crew, the video, hair, makeup crew. We can either do one of those days in January or we can do a day in February. So I want you to know we do have some flexibility, but you got to move on this. This is not something I'm going to be promoting for like now and weeks to come. You're going to come in and you're going to say yes, or this is going to pass you by. And then how else you're going to aggressively get on the other side of resistance and show up. We can work together privately. So for those of you who know that like you're not interested in, a video series telling your story and sharing your work with the world and calling your people in and really setting an anchor down and a tone for 2020, if you know you don't want to do it in that way, we can work together privately, and you can send me an inbox and we can talk about what that would look like. Obviously, if it's a good fit for us to have that conversation. So just know that as far as the dates are concerned. And then any questions you have about wardrobe, like all those things that people typically want to know before they get on video, we will deal with that. Do not let that be a reason why you delay. Any questions that you have around like who you are and, if where you are on your path makes you a good candidate and, all that kind of stuff. Any kind of question you have around this, just inbox me on Facebook. Do not let the same fear that's been governing your movements for 2019 be the reason why they govern you right here and now as you are stepping into 2020. Do not, like right now, just kill that, strangle that right here, right now. Okay? And if you have a question, no matter how like small and silly you feel for answering the question, don't let that stop you. Send me the question right here, right now. Okay. So that's dates. I think that's all you need to know as far as what you need to know. One last thing to know is the investment. So the investment is $15,000. That includes the entire team. That includes your videos, all the editing, like final, finished, all editing. These are not going to be raw. You got to go take it and go figure it out. These are all going to be like, have your opening with the music, with the cuts, with the voiceover, with the everything, the lighting, full finished cut, 3 videos, anywhere from 1 minute to 5 minutes. Because we want your videos for you to be able to put them on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. That's how these videos are being designed. So you can distribute them all over social media. So your videos are going to be anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes. Just know that, okay? And if we decide we want some to be a little longer, we will. But these are not meant to be, an autobiography in one video. They're meant for you to use them with the ways that are working in 2020 for social selling. And that's a whole other conversation, social selling. But for you to be able to use them in a way that people want to watch them, okay? So 1 minute to 5 minutes. You're going to have at least 3 of those, okay? So your hair, your makeup, the whole video team, your 3 videos, coaching from me. You're going to be coached by me through this entire process. So the creation of the outline, everything you need to know as far as how we're going to do this, you're going to be coached by me. The shadow alchemy, you're going to be coached by me. The aggressively getting on the other side and really starting to train your mind, you're going to be coached by me, okay? So you are getting a lot. That's your investment. Obviously, if you want to pay in full, you can. If you want to do a deposit to get to take that one spot, because remember, this is only one person I'm doing this with, you can do that. The down payment would be $3,000 and you would need to pay the balance by January 5th. By January 5th, the balance would need to be paid in full if you want to split it up like that, okay? So to move forward, you send me a message here on Facebook and we will take it from there. Okay. So I want to reiterate the 3 ways, the 3 keys, this is not negotiable. You must do this to win. And when I say win, I mean, be happy and consistently do your multiple 6 or 7 plus figures for 2020 and beyond. 1, aggressively get on the other side of resistance. Number 2, you must engage in shadow alchemy. There's no way around that. And number 3, you must engage in wealth consciousness work. You must. You're not going to get to the money if you don't put money as the center of the work that you're doing. And a lot of the shadow alchemy work that you're going to do is going to cut into any issues that you have with money, right? Shame, fear, drama that you have around money. So those are the 3 keys for 2020 for masters. Other folks can like willy-nilly and, Do a little something, something. But if you are a master, as I've spoken about, time and time again over the last month and a half, you must do this if you're going to win, and I can help you do it. So inbox me if this is for you, and I look forward to the one person who will be joining me in Milan, Italy in January 2020.